Hi, our next topic is about Personalized Learning Designer or PLD. This particular feature is only available for those schools who purchased a premium Moodle-based learning management system. So what is PLD and how does it work inside our course? Now let me show you in the next video. So this is how PLD works. If you notice, if you go to settings, you have personalized learning designer as part of the setup of your course. Now, if you're not a premium Moodle user, then you don't have the PLD function, right? So again, for PLD, I will be demonstrating two scenarios. The first one is that when the student enters your course, there will be a pop-up message. Let's just say a welcome message, a welcome personalized message to your student. And the second scenario will be when a student reaches a particular grade in a particular activity, they will be directed immediately to the next resource or resources or activities. So how do you do that automatically in a Moodle-based learning management system? So first, there's a welcome message if the student enters your course using PLD. So from the course, just go to the gear icon and then personalized learning designer. So these are the window wherein you can actually create the rules for your PLD. So first, I'm going to add a rule. Let's just say this is a welcome message. Okay, right? And then PLD, sorry for that, comprises of three very important parameters. We have the events, we have the conditions, and then we have the action. In our case, what we want really is that there's a personalized message when the student enters your course. So the two required parameters for a PLD are events and actions. Conditions is actually not required, but it's actually used most of the time. So the event will be when student enters the course, so that's basically course entered, and we're going to add the event. And then the action will be there's a pop-up personalized message. So display alert. Now I'm going to personalize, I'm going to type a message here. Hi. And then what's good about PLD is we have this thing called tokens. Tokens, these are variable holders of the different values in our course. Let's just say variable tokens for the first name of the student, the last name, it can be a score of an activity. In this case, we will be using the first name of the student. So I'm going to insert a token and then I'm going to use a user token, which is the first name, meaning the message will be hi and then the name, the first name of the student. And then I'm just going to type a sample welcome message, welcome to our course or something like that. It's basically up to you. So really what I'm showing is that you can actually personalize the message with the different available tokens that we have here, right? Now that you're done with your message, you can then click save. And if you're done with the action, then we can go ahead and click save so that it will save our PLD. And currently our course now has one PLD and it says it's a welcome message, and the conditions is that it will always run no matter what. And the action will be, it will display an alert, right? So how do we test the PLD? So I will just go back to my personal menu page and I will try to open a different course simply because I want that my session for that course will be terminated. Now that it's terminated, let me try and access again our best course ever. Let's see if we have a welcome message if we're going to access the course. There you go. That's the message. It says, hi, my soul, because for this particular account, the first name is my soul, and it says, welcome to our course. So imagine you are a student and then you enter the course and then we have this welcome message, a personalized one with your name in it, and it says, hi, welcome to our course. And it would be motivating on your part to really to access the course, right? So that's one use of PLD in terms of broadcasting a welcome message to your student. Okay, now let's proceed to this the second scenario wherein students will be directed immediately to a particular activity or to a particular resources or resource if they achieve a certain grade on a particular activity as well. So how do you do that? I'm going to go to the PLD window here. So our condition will be if the student got a 70% or more grade for sample quiz 1, then they will be immediately redirected to a certain book, right? So we're going to add a rule. Let's just say access to resources advanced. Okay. And then the event will be activity graded. Okay. And then it's a quiz activity, right? And the name of the activity is sample quiz 1. We're going to add this one. And then we will have a condition. It's activity grade range, meaning if we're going to select the activity, it's a quiz, of course, and then the name of the quiz is sample quiz 1. If the grade is greater than or equal to 70%, we're going to click save. And then the action would be go to an activity, and then it's a book. So let's just use book and then the advanced learning resources book. Do you have a delay? Just leave it as 0 and then click save. Okay, so the event will be if this particular activity will be graded. In this case, it's the sample quiz 1. And then the condition will be if the student's grade is greater than or equal to 70%, then the students will be immediately directed to Learning Resources Advanced book. All right, I'm going to save it. And then I will go back to the course. Let me just remove the attempt first so that I can show you that immediately after the attempt, if the student's grade is 70% or more, he or she will be directed immediately to Learning Resources Advanced. So I'm going to remove the attempt of the student first. Okay. And then I'm going to remove this one. Okay. All right. And then I will switch role as a student. Remember, the target will be, as you can see, since the student has no attempt yet for the sample quiz 1, he or she cannot access the Learning Resources Basic and Advanced because they need certain requirements for the students to access them, right? So now that we have deleted the attempt for the student, the main goal will be the student must reach a grade of 70% or more for quiz number 1 so that he or she will be directed immediately to Learning Resources Advanced. So I'm going to open this sample quiz 1, and then I'm going to attempt the quiz. Let's just say this will be my answer. Let's check if our score is 70% or more, and let's see if we will be directed immediately to the book Learning Resources and Advanced. Let's see, submit all and finished. And there you go. Since we got a 100% grade for that quiz, we are then immediately directed to the said book, which is Learning Resources Advanced. See? So there's the book, we can now access it. But if you notice, immediately after submitting the quiz, we are directed immediately to the said activity. So those are just basic features. Those are just basic samples of what PLD can do to a virtual classroom. So if you have a learning management system and if you have PLD in your learning management system, it's really good to use the feature, to utilize the feature in terms of really personalizing the experience of the students in your virtual classroom. So we at Silliman University, we actually use PLD on a daily basis. We use it for a welcome message. We use it so that there will be automatic direction or automatic redirection to different activities and resources of the course, depending on the score of a certain quiz, depending on activity completion of a certain resources or activities. So PLD really is a very nice tool. It's a very good tool in terms of really personalizing the experience of a student in a virtual classroom. Sad to say, PLD is not yet available for the public Moodle based or the Moodle LMS. I hope that soon it will be available to the basic Moodle learning management system. But then again, those are just sample features that we can perform using PLD. If you really want to know more about PLD, how does it work, what are the advanced functions that we can use for PLD, please feel free to contact me.